Hi, everyone. We're going to be talking about networking and informational interviewing in challenging economic times. Let's get started. The objectives of today's session are, as you can see on the screen, to understand the definition and value of virtual networking, learn about resources that can better help you network, understand how to conduct an effective informational interview. Although some of you may have a hesitation about networking and the value that it can bring during a job search, my hope is that we can dispel some myths and share how natural and effective networking can really be. Especially during challenging times, networking is a huge opportunity for you to stand out and demonstrate some of the soft skills that can be difficult to convey in writing, such as motivation, initiative, follow-through, and work ethic. Let's get started. Networking, in addition to the formal definition that you see on the slide, is an integral part of every job search. The hiring managers ideally would like to get to know you, as well as match your skills and experiences to their hiring needs. This can be conveyed in a resume, of course, but only through networking can you truly let your personality shine through. So a lot of students ask us in career development, why do we have to network? What is the purpose? Why is this so effective? Here's some ideas to get you start thinking. You're meeting people with different backgrounds, gaining a variety of insights, different pieces of advice and information to help inform and give more focus to your job search. You'd like to develop mutually beneficial relationships. Highlight the word mutually. This is not something where you're just asking for help and expecting that help to be given in return. These are professional relationships that potentially in the future can support both your career trajectory as well as those that you reach out to. I think it's important to point out and to note that networking accounts for a great majority of the way that people find jobs. Hiring managers are people just like us. They like hiring people that they feel like they get to know a little bit on a more specific and personal / professional level. At this point, I hope you're interested. Your interest is piqued in learning more and saying, how do I get started in this networking if it's so effective and so sociable? First off, you really want to define your target group. What type of position are you looking for? Is there a specific geographic location you're interested in centering your search on? Is there an industry, a specific company that you'd like? So define who those individuals ideally are that you would like to speak with. Next, make a list of who you already know and reach out to those people. It's much easier to start this process with parents, neighbors, friends of friends who you are already familiar with and who have some familiarity with you. Definitely use your resources to fill in gaps. If you don't know someone in your target field, it's a good idea to look on LinkedIn for potentially SJU alums who might be supportive of your search, as well as SJU Connects, which has over 1,000 alumni who have already offered to support you with career information, virtual events, etc. Can all support you in identifying and targeting people that are maybe outside of your familiar network at this point. Okay, a couple of must-haves in the networking process is number one, the 30-second pitch / elevator speech / personal introduction. The key here is practice. Feel comfortable in the information that you're sharing and focus on being genuine. Your 30-second pitch should really include a couple of components: your name, graduation date, degree, etc. Some of those obvious things that you'd share. Also, a little bit about your past experience, and very important, your goals. What are you hoping to achieve? Definitely helpful for your listener to know something about your relevant skills, as well as how you came to reach out to them. Is there overlap in your area of interest professionally? Are they an SJU alum who you feel might have some insights for you? Make that connection for your listener so they understand why you've reached out. Number 2, be professional and have a strategy. You are welcome to meet with a career counselor to identify some individuals who may be supportive of your search, and also to develop that strategy in terms of what you hope to accomplish and in what kind of timeline. Very important to also thank people for sharing information with you and spending time with you. This also provides you with another opportunity to connect with someone and demonstrate your professionalism. I'd like to talk for a moment about informational interviewing, which is a specific type of networking intended to gather information, not to get a job. Of course, that's our long-range goal, but the goal of informational interviewing in the short term is to get information about jobs, about companies, about opportunities that you wouldn't otherwise know unless you had actually asked. By talking with people who are working in your career field of interest, you can gain that insider's knowledge, as well as develop an understanding about what the field or the position entails. You're also making connections with someone who can potentially assist you with future decision-making and additional networking. Maybe refer them to friends of theirs, to colleagues of theirs for additional information. Some tips on informational interviewing include doing your research on the person you're going to be speaking with ahead of time. I cannot stress the importance of preparation, both in networking and also informational interviewing specifically. Very helpful to have a list of questions prepared. We do have a PDF on the career development website on the networking page to get you thinking about some ideas. Very important to dress professionally. I think in a virtual environment, it's easy to say, I can get by with, just a more casual look, but it just sends the message that you're taking this interaction very seriously. Definitely want to be timely. Don't want to keep someone who has offered you some information and time, don't want to keep them waiting, as well as demonstrating active listening and interest in what they're sharing with you. Look for an opportunity to contribute both to the conversation and to the discussion about the other person's interests and possible exploration of other opportunities as well. Just a reminder that informational interviewing and networking in general is not chit-chat. You really want to keep the focus on the professional topics at hand. You want to have a goal in mind for the interaction and keep the interaction as brief as possible and to the point. Okay, so in summary, I'll say that networking is a very effective and proven strategy in landing a new job. I challenge you to engage in this proven and effective technique to breathe life into your unique job search. Really, networking is only limited by your time and your imagination. Yeah, it might be a little outside of your comfort zone, but as you can see, that's where the magic happens. We've offered the basics in this brief presentation, and naturally, we are here to support you in the Career Development Center, where we have lifetime services, and they are complimentary to students and alums. So for additional and individualized support, I encourage you to make an appointment through your Handshake account, and I wish you all the best in your future career endeavors.